First things first, to start my base makeup, I will prime my face using the Sugar Cosmetics Base of Glory Primer, and this one is a pore minimizing primer. It instantly fills in your pores and gives in a very blurred out effect. With this, I'm only going around my nose and my forehead. I've got a pretty decent skin and very less minute pores just around my nose. So I just like to focus in that area. Next, I'm going to proceed with my eye makeup, and to start with, I'm going to fill in my brows using the MAC Brow Styler in the shade Stud. I think this is their deepest shade available. My brows are pretty light, so I like to go in with the deepest shade of brown available. So at first, I have feathered up all my brow hair with a spoolie, and then I'm underlining my lower borders and then will outline the upper borders of my brows. And once I'm done with lining the borders of my brow, I will then fill in all the sparse areas and bald spots and then go in with the spoolie again in the end to blend out everything to perfection. Next, I'll clear the borders of my eyebrows using some concealer, and for this I'm using the Maybelline's Age Rewind Concealer in the shade 120 Light. You can use in any concealer that you have. So I'm going in with a flat brush around the borders of my eyebrows so that my eyebrows look very stark and neatly defined. And then I'll also bring down the concealer to prime my eyelids and cancel out the darkness. And to blend it out, I'm using a deep angle concealer brush by Cuffs and Lashes. Now while the concealer is still tacky, and to prevent it further from creasing on my lids, I will set it using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 20 Light Medium with a concealer brush. Next, for eyeshadows, I'll be using this new neutral eyeshadows palette by Makeup Revolutions. It is a beautiful palette with lots of neutral shades and a lot of pinks in it. Very apt for this soft pink glam. So using a big blending brush by Pro Art, I'm going to take this shade called Neutral and place it on my crease going in the windshield wiper motions. This will be my transition shade. Now the camera merely catches the pigmentation of these shadows, but in person these shadows look absolutely stunning and have a great pigment payoff. I'm also using some white sticky tape as stencils to get sharp, crisp edges along the outer corners. Next, I'm going to take this shade Calm, which is a deeper mauvish pink color, and using the same blending brush, I'm going to apply it on my entire lid space. I'm going to start by taking in a little color in the beginning and will slowly build up the color. Next, I'm going to take this pink colored shimmer shadow called Jazz It Up, and using my fingers, I'm going to place it on my entire lid space. You can also use in a flat wet brush for this step. However, I find it easier to apply shimmer shadows using fingers, and then later on, using a flat brush, I'm going to neaten up the edges and the corners where it is almost impossible to get in with the fingers. Next, to tightline my waterline, I'm going to use the Intense Kohl Kajal Pencil by Sugar Cosmetics. Please note, for this look, I'm also wearing colored contact lenses, the details of which you will find in the description box down below. Next, to intensify the kajal, I'm going to stamp in some deep brown color using a flat brush. And for this, I'm taking the deep brown color from the Wet n Wild's Ultimate Brow Defining Kit. You may use in some deep brown or black eyeshadow for the same. Next, for the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade called Shadow, and using a small pencil brush, I'm going to smudge and smoke it out. And now once I'm done with the shadows, I'm going to line my lash line, and for this I'm using a sketch pen eyeliner by Stay Quirky, and using this I'm going to pull out a small little wing. And now for those fluttery eyelashes, I will coat on my eyelashes generously using my most favorite, the Bad Girl Bang by Benefit. This is a full-on voluminizing mascara and is so good. I simply love it because of its wand, which is so thin that it becomes very easy to get into those nooks and crannies with this. Gives the lashes a good volume boost without any clumps here and there. So I'm going to coat my upper as well as lower lashes generously with this, and then later on off camera I will apply some false eyelashes to spice up the look. Moving on to the base makeup. For foundation, I'm taking the Wet n Wild's Photofocus foundation and I'm in the shade Golden Beige, and this shade, as you all can see, is a pretty good match for my skin tone. Although this looks a little warm on my skin, but it will settle down to my exact skin tone within a few minutes. Now this almost feels like my second skin as it blends out most effortlessly. It is a medium coverage foundation and you can most definitely build this up. So I have first dotted the foundation on my entire face and neck, and then I'm going in with a flat top kabuki brush. And after I finish up blending the foundation to throw in some light on the high planes of my face so that it photographs well, I'm going to brighten my under eyes using the Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade 120 Light. I use this as a brightening concealer just to bring in some light on the high points of my face. So with this, I'm going to go on the high planes of my face, that is on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, around the nose and lips, and my chin. And to blend it all out, I'm using a Damp Beauty Sponge by Color Bar. Up next, to set my under eyes and rest of the places wherein I applied the concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 20 Light Medium. I'm going in by gently dabbing it in my under eye area and rest of the other areas where I have applied concealer using a fluffy brush. This will prevent my concealer to crease and also brighten my under eyes. Next, for contouring, I decided to go in with a very light powder contour, and for that I'm taking in the Wet n Wild's Mega Glow contouring palette. This one is a really good quality contouring palette in an affordable budget, and this palette comes with a compressed banana powder as well, with which you can use it to set in your under eyes, etc. So I'm using an angled fluffy contouring brush and I'm going in at the usual places, that is the hollows of my cheek, the circumference of my face closer to my hairline and my jawline, and will blend it out with the brush itself. I like to take it down that little bit to my neck also. And then to chisel out my nose, I'm going to draw in two lines using a flat contouring brush by Wet n Wild, starting from where my eyebrow starts along the either side of my nose bridge, and blend it using the same flat contouring brush. The closer these two lines are, the more chiseled your nose looks. To keep my lips moist and hydrated, I'm using the Nykaa's lip macaroons, as I will be going in with a liquid lipstick later on, which are slightly on the drier side of things. Next, for blush, I've taken Luminoso by Milani, which is a peach shaded blush with specks of gold in it, which adds on to the glow, and the brush that I'm using is the blush brush by Wet n Wild. So I'll use it generously on the apples of my cheeks and a little bit on the tip of my nose, and with whatever is left over, I'm going to swirl it over my forehead and chin. And using a blush all over like this, I always feel just puts in everything together and gives in a very natural look. Next, to highlight the inner corners of my eyes and the rest of my face, I'm using the Maybelline's Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold. So using a small pencil brush by Pro Art, I'm going to highlight the inner corners and my brow bone. And then using a fluffy highlighting brush by Wet n Wild, I'm going to go on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, temples, cupid's bow, on the cheekbone and my chin. Now for the lips, I decided to do an ombre lip today. So at first, I'm going in with a very bright magenta pink shade from the Sugar Cosmetics Smudge Me Not liquid lipstick range in the shade Brink of Pink. Now this particular Smudge Me Not liquid lipstick range from Sugar Cosmetics is very drying out on your lips. Although they have some amazing shades, but they are extremely drying. So make sure you have moisturized your lips with a heavy duty lip balm before using these. And then for the center space, I'm also going to top it off with a muted mauve nude in the shade Visionary from the Makeup Revolution's Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment. This will also tone down the very bright pink color and looks really beautiful. With that, we finish up with the face makeup, and to set and seal everything in, I used in the Swiss Beauty's makeup setting spray. Now using a setting spray right after makeup just melts in all the powders and other products used in and locks in your makeup and makes it long lasting. So I will spritz it all over my face and then fan it down. And this is the final look, you guys. I have paired this with a beautiful black dress and a pair of silver earrings. I really loved how this look has turned out. I've also applied falsies off camera and I'm also wearing colored eye contacts. This kind of a look is very apt for an evening date or a night party. Very simple, soft and elegant. For your convenience, I have listed down the details of all the products used in the description box below. So do check it out for the details. And if you have any personal recommendations, do let me know and I shall be happy to do them for you guys. Also do let me know your thoughts on this wearable look by commenting down in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, do press the thumbs up button and show some love. Also do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to stay notified to my upcoming posts. I love you guys so very much. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I shall see you guys soon with a brand new tutorial and some amazing content. Until then, bye guys.